today. I forgot to tell him, so they're out at my aunt's house.
That is just fine.
Now that they're not here to naysay us, it's the perfect day for us to go get our airship.
Yes.
I was hoping you'd remember that.
Oh, I did not forget that. You think Giacomo, the swashbuckler rogue who craves adventure, is going to not do everything in his power to become a sky pirate? His class is swashbuckler.
Well,
personally, would like nothing more than to cruise around.
strife about anything in so long.
There we go.
And I had to.
I forgot to tell you, I was booting up Crisp, which takes all of my CPU processing power for a good 30 seconds. So I have no idea what you said for the last half a minute, but I've got my note-taking running. I was going to tell you, Zach, because you had asked me to details about Crisp. I did end up getting the subscription because it did the transcript, but it didn't do the summary after a trial period. But there is a free AI tool out there that can summarize from a transcript if you want. So you don't have to get that. You could use 2 free AI tools separately, but I decided to get it. It cost me about $100 for a year.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I considered it worth it. So basically, let's just fire up the session here. I posted roughly a half hour ago the key points of what happened last week. That's what AI did for me. I had to fix a couple spelling errors in it. It got some of the words wrong. But this is going to be my recap real quick. So I'll just go through this, and then we'll get into what we want to do. Hang on a second. There we go. All right. We had talked about the previous session. Well, by the way, that happened 3 weeks ago, so it's been 3 weeks. But life finds a way to get in the way of D&D. We had talked about the fireball incident and how you found clues pointing to the Xanatharim and a construct called a Nimblewright. So then you went to the House of Inspired Hands, the Temple of Gond, to gather more information on this Nimblewright and potentially acquire a... This happened... Okay. I got the details slightly wrong here. You did acquire a potion to fake Geo's death. You used that potion to fake Geo's death during an arena fight. You kind of poisoned Moon's blade. Apparently we talked a lot about acquiring an airship, so it made note of that. And the basic airships cost several hundred gold. Several hundred thousand gold, and advanced ones that are space capable cost several million. So you talked a lot about gathering money for that. You talked about how to use Nim, the Nimblewright creator, that you liberated from the Temple of Gond, to help with your investigation and be potentially part of the airship crew and make a crew for you. Let's see here. You received a proposition from Alistair, the benefactor, to investigate some corruption in Velitha's Delights, and that's where we currently are. The last point is some details on that. You discovered evidence of shady dealings at Velitha's Delights, including modified financial records and exchanges of gold with the Xanathar Guild. Do you guys remember that going down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Thaddeus is the bookkeeper, and this is. I'll tie this into the start of today's session. So, Thaddeus, the bookkeeper, was discovered to be making gold exchanges through the back door, and he accidentally lost some of his modified books that Geo discovered.
Mm-hmm.
And we basically stopped right there. Now, it's nighttime. The place is closed down. Geo, you did rig the door so that you could break in if you wanted to.
Now, remind me, this is a dress shop, right?
It's just a... it's more. It's not really that. It's more like an oddity luxury store. Anything and everything luxurious.
Okay. So not just high-end clothing, but like just high-end stuff.
High-end stuff, yes. It's definitely the kind of place that they hire somebody to guard, and that's who Beatrice was pretending to be, so that the place doesn't get robbed. And as far as I understand, your intention is not to rob it, but it's to uncover what's going on.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we had talked about ransacking it, but like we need to hold on to this shtick for a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
We got a good end.
My recommendation is, let's say Moon and maybe Rizzy are hanging out with Bukhar at the inn, kind of tying up loose ends and doing things to get the thing fixed up. Then we don't have to worry about roping them into something they don't want to be involved with. Does that sound good?
Sounds fair to me.
Do you think Rizzy would stick with you or go with them? It's kind of... I'm not sure on that one.
No, I would say... Wait, sorry, say that one more time.
Do you think Rizzy would stick with you or go with them?
I think he'd go with them. That's fine. We don't need him here. We can handle this. He is stealthy, but we're good.
Okay. Perfect.
I don't want to play his character.
Well, that it's more overhead and it's more liability. So, even though he can hold his own, I just don't want to bring people into a fight when they're not here. It just doesn't feel kosher. Exactly. And I would like to have some battles because, contrary to what I had thought, we've not had very much fighting in this campaign. So, today is our opportunity to just sort of enjoy Waterdeep wherever and however you want. I have loosely prepared, but I have found that my DMing, I think, generally goes better when I'm kind of coming up with stuff on the fly. I have a little bit of prep in front of me, but I'm going to just sort of seat in my pants this session today and see how it goes.
Okay.
So we'll pick up with you. The last place you had been, right before we stopped, was outside, and it was raining outside. So let's put on something that would kind of give that feel. And let's just turn it over to you. What would you like to do to start?
I mean, I think we gotta break into this place. I already rigged the door. Yeah. I did the hard work.
And we need to do it tonight because, heaven forbid somebody else figure out this door is rigged. Somebody's going to.
Right. Yeah. If we leave it, someone's gonna notice after a couple of days. I'm good on
right.
That.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, we definitely gotta make our move.
Water. Stan, can I do? Sorry, as I do prioritize coffee over this, but
don't worry. This is have it as casual as possible.
We're still at the actual store, right? But just outside.
Correct.
And it's closed. I know it's closed because we locked up.
Yep.
Allegedly.
The front door is for sure locked. The back door is rigged.
It's locked. Shut up. Allegedly rigged. Or no, I don't know anymore. Who knows? I don't know what you speak of, but I don't want to go like right back in though. Can I keep a perception check out for like the next like 30 to 45 minutes, just to see, nobody forgot anything, nobody had come back to do something, like.
That's a good idea.
Nobody's trying to catch somebody doing something,
Yeah, scope the place out, make sure nobody sees us breaking in. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Everyone's gotten home for the day,
Do you want to play it off as you're not there, aka use stealth, or do you want to play it off as you have a reason for being there and use performance?
Oh! One of us should do, I should do performance and you should do stealth. Geo. I can sit out front, like I said, just the same thing, right? Like,
I bet my performance is higher than yours.
Oh, probably. You should do that, yeah, because you have way more charisma than I do. Okay.
Are you very stealthy?
Yes. I was thinking more along, so like, what happened last session was I swapped places with a cousin who was doing this job for my family business. Mm-hmm. And so I was more focused on that than I was the actual like game. So you're right.
Gotcha.
We were both doing that though, so you're good.
Okay, so I would say
yeah.
I would say if we're both good at stealth, let's just see if we can sneak in unnoticed, right?
I'm gonna put up the wrong character on accident.
You'd like to go back in the building, or you want to hang around outside?
I think we gotta go back in. We gotta get a better look at that office.
I'm gonna go hang around in like the back door area and be stealthy back there.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we gotta go in.
Well, okay. that's where the Jimmy door is.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. So. Okay, why don't you do those checks and see? Let's see how successful you are.
Let me.
15.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Not good.
Don't feel bad. I rolled for mine, and I'm consistently rolling like a 1 or a 2 right now. So.
Fantastic.
So.
You said it was dexterity. Now I can't even read anymore.
Stealth would be dexterity.
That's right.
Yep.
Plus 8.
Oh man.
How do you have plus 8?
No, my overall is 8. I have a plus 5.
Okay.
I rolled a 3.
Yeah, neither of you detect anyone noticing you. That's a weird way of saying it. You are undetected. There's like the tiny percentile chance that maybe somebody saw you, but you're pretty sure you're fine.
Thank God it's late at night.
We're also taking like proper precautions. Like one, it's a rainstorm, so like
it's nighttime.
We're wearing cloaks. Like you know what I mean? Like we're wearing dark colored cloaks. And we don't look out of place wearing dark-colored cloaks, like it's raining.
Absolutely. Yep.
There's a haze. It's hard for people to see anyways. Like, I'm pretty confident we're good.
And out of here, you're absolutely correct.
For myself.
Yep, you're correct.
This barbecue sauce is so good, I should have to buy it in a little baggie.
What brand is it?
It's the house sauce for this barbecue place I went to for lunch. It's real good.
Oh, nice. It's just, I heard Cookie's brand is the best kind, but I think that's a Midwest brand.
The who, what brand?
Cookie's barbecue sauce, I heard, is the best one. Okay, alright. So you find that your little jimmying of the lock there, Geo, did keep the deadbolt from locking. So all you have to do is turn the handle and push, and after a little bit of resistance, you hear a little click sound as whatever it was that held the lock open falls on the floor, and the door swings open easily.
I'm gonna like pick my little shim, like jimmy up, stick it in my pocket, like love a good tool. Whatever I was using to prop to like trick the lock. Pick that up, grab my stuff, kind of gather around, like usher B in, and then I'll close the door and lock it.
Okay.
All right.
Beatrice had found a little area in the alleyway where there are some kind of like there are empty crates stacked, like they're ready to go back to some sort of merchant, and they just haven't been picked up yet. And you found a spot where you can duck behind these empty crates if you want.
Can I have a perception check to see if there's any like merchant names or anything? Like who they're working with?
Yeah, there's like these would all be pretty generic. They're kind of like your East India or your Dutch East Indian Trading Company type of thing. Like they're
all noticeable names to me.
Yeah, they're like the fantasy version of that. And you're like, oh, okay, these are part of like the finer spice trade, and these ones come from exotic lands where they bring in textiles and stuff like silk. Makes sense. It's right next to Velitha's Delights. She's using, she sells silk and she sells fancy spices and stuff like the high end stuff.
Okay.
So there's no shortage of high quality material coming into this place. And you're certain that she's probably making a lot of money off of this.
I mean, yeah. She's Valelitha, or whatever her name is.
Geo, when you go in, it's clearly dark in here. Obviously there's no electric lighting, but there are some lamps you could light if you need, or you could just go around with your dark vision, I suppose.
I'll just use my dark vision for now, but
yeah,
I have a hooded lantern, so if I get into the office or something where there's no windows, and I want to read some papers or look at some stuff in color, I'll strike up my hooded lantern.
That's a good idea. Okay. Go ahead, Liz.
I was just gonna sneak around the office too. I don't care so much about what's in the store. I don't think.
Okay.
But yeah, we're trying to see who they're doing business with, right? This is all corruption and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Down where the money is. I don't want to take the money. Right. That's too big right now. Is there anything? Is it just literally a spot under a hollowed out floorboard, or does it lead to a bigger it could hold more things, or it does hold more things?
Well, your general search around the merchandise section of the store turns up 0 results. You do come away with information. The information is this is a high-end, very luxurious place. She sells the best of the best, and she's not afraid. It's interesting that she's not afraid of being robbed. I guess she must be pretty confident for some reason.
At the end of this, we should take something to you. You know what I mean? We can't leave completely empty-handed now.
I was gonna say that what we need to do is they're gonna detect. If we take paperwork, which we're gonna need evidence, they're gonna detect.
If we take Mother's Day gifts, though,
here's the thing.
No harm,
here's what I think we do. I think we trash the office afterwards. I'll make it look like, we couldn't find or couldn't get into the safe. So then we'll take the most valuable thing in the store, merchandise-wise, and we'll hide it. Because, we can't be caught with it, obviously.
That's true.
We'll hide it. And,
been hanging out with Christopher for too long.
We'll hide it somewhere else, not associated with us at all. And, that way it's going to be really hard to figure us, but it'll be a plausible reason for someone to have broken in that'll throw them off the trail of why we're actually here.
I like this.
And if later it turns out that they're not the people we thought they were, we can return the gift. If it turns out they need to get taken down, well, then after they're taken down, we'll just sell their ill-gotten gains for our own benefit.
I love it. This is why I always like keeping a good rogue around.
Okay. Gotta be realistic about this stuff. Oh
Keep my felon friends.
Amazing. I will have you know, I have never been convicted of a crime.
Yeah. Doesn't mean you're not a felon. I know. We know.
Ah.
The other guy, he got convicted for sure. We had to get that. He definitely.
I'll have you know.
But me personally, I have never been convicted of a crime.
Okay. Well, there is a large safe that is quite dense. If you were to tap on it with like your thieves' tools or your knuckles or something to try to figure out how thick the door and walls are, it's good, probably a couple inches thick of heavy wrought iron. It's beyond your simple thieves' tools to break in. You could come back with something more purpose-built, and perhaps you could open that. It's bordering like a vault almost in how tough it is.
There's no way that I can try to pick the lock or try to feel the tumblers or anything like that.
No, it's more like your stereotypical bank vault door you see in movies and TV. Of you would need to go through probably 3 rows of combinations probably, and you need to have a stethoscope in order to hear it, that sort of a thing.
Would that not be included in my thieves' tools?
Not the basic ones. No, you could go buy some. You could probably go find some sort of a doctor and buy a stethoscope. And
then I will need to invest some of my money into getting a proper safe cracking kit to accomplish my thieves' tools.
I'm serious about this, man. You're in the
Yeah.
Listen, if I'm going to do this thing, I'm going to go all the way.
Yeah, high dollar crime requires the good stuff.
That's fair. I guess I
think this safe alone is they're not just hiding some store stuff.
Right, they're clearly maybe this is
they're
the
going
bank for
above and beyond. Yeah.
For the Xanathar.
Yeah, it would
Money
be easier
laundering.
to probably steal the vault like Pirates of the Caribbean style, where you steal the whole building, than to open the bank vault. So,
Dan, did I ever tell you? Did I ever tell you the story? Liz knows this story.
Oh no!
About a friend of mine who is a now career lifelong criminal, and he robbed the IHOP that he was the assistant manager of by ripping the safe out of the wall and out the back door with a pickup truck and chains.
And he was only the assistant manager for anywhere from a day to a week, right? It wasn't.
No, he'd been the assistant manager for a year, and then they fired him, and so he robbed them.
That's a great idea.
That's
They'll
hilarious.
have no idea who did it.
Right? Yeah. I think he even used his own door code. I don't think he ever actually got charges for that crime.
What? Oh my goodness. Well, so think that, but horses and ropes. You could probably pull that off, but you would never be welcome in Waterdeep ever again. You'd probably be killed.
Right,
I mean, we would have to get caught.
If we're dragging a safe down the alleyway behind horses, we're definitely going to get caught.
You know what?
That's a for sure.
This is a good time to remind you as well, because I'm running a stricter form of government than probably you're used to for this sort of a game. Waterdeep will probably spare little expense in identifying who messed up Velitha's delights. So you might want to be careful.
Yeah. You're right. She was just such a witch last time. Oh, I hate her. But no, yeah, I know.
It's
I have to
you can probably get away with
yeah.
petty stuff, but if you robbed or or relocated her merchandise, she might call in the big guns to try to find you.
It's still very tempting for Beatrice. She knows well how to keep faith in what the wealthy are, capable of.
Mm-hmm. They might find a little.
Also, my family would never talk to me again. I would be absolutely disowned. That's mostly why I'm doing it, right? I would never. I would actually have to leave the city at that point if that happened.
Yeah, no, we're gonna make it look like a robbery, an ill-planned out robbery. While I'm setting the stage for that, do you want to look around and try to find some incriminating, like I already got a set of books. You do a more thorough look through the paperwork. Dan, as a member of a wealthy noble family, would I know whether or not this person could afford to have somebody come in and use locate object to try to find her missing merchandise? Is that possible, is that a service that like if my family got robbed, right? If our house vault got broken into and some priceless painting got taken, could my family afford to hire a wizard to do the locate object spell? So is that something that is accessible to the very wealthy in Waterdeep, or not?
Yes, this is part of the appeal of having the Spellcasters Guild. So you could, at a very low cost, hire what is basically a magical legal team to investigate, or detectives is a better way of putting it, to investigate. And their fee would be very small. People who own a shop like this probably have some sort of, not insurance plan, but something akin to that. That's
like a retainer.
High dollar. Yeah, very, very high dollar. Like there's a reason Velitha leaves and still gets a good sleep at night. It's because she knows she's not going to get robbed.
Okay, in that case, armed with that information, I think we should make it look like we tried to rob the place, not actually take anything,
right?
Except for the documents that we came here for, or any I already got a set of books, so any other supporting documents that we need to prove this, just take that paperwork, and then.
What if? Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, and then we can hide that in an appropriate way. Like there's a reason why vaults are often made out of metal and stone, and it's because a lot of spells to find things can't get into it if it's surrounded by super dense and strong material like metal or stone.
To put a vault in Greystone, that's what we need.
You mean in the Haunted Tavern, or the haunted flagon?
That's the one.
Haunted Tankard. Haunted Tankard. I knew I'd get there eventually.
Flagon.
Haunted Tankard.
Same difference.
Yeah, we definitely should put a really nice safe in the Haunted Tankard when we can afford to. Really, we just need to get that bad boy opened up. I know we kind of had our soft opening the other day, and that's good. We need to I hope some of those proceeds were able to go towards helping get the place open. I think we still need to get the manager another couple hundred gold, which we should be able to do after we complete this job. But yeah, we got to get that bad boy up and running and making money.
All right. Well, I'm gonna. Speaking of that, I'm gonna walk around and see if we can't find some documents. Although I only rolled an 8 for my investigation.
You're killing.
Oh, that's fine. What do you want to do it as well, Gio?
I would love to also do an investigation check. Since we're not going to actually rob them, what is my investigation? Ooh, my investigation is not great. My perception's fire, and I'll have to remember to do that. So, 18.
I probably should have done that, yeah.
Oh, that's not so bad. Okay, while I think about that, I'm going to have you two do a homebrew skill check. It's going to be a wisdom-based one, and it's going to be a society check. And so I would think that Durlim would be well-versed in society, so he could be proficient. And I think that Beatrice is probably also arguably proficient in it, too. So do a wisdom check with proficiency. And this will be to to give your characters a good understanding of what the risks are of what you're doing here, like what we had just discussed in the last couple minutes.
So if I have it with proficiency, if my wisdom is a +2, then I put another +2 on top of that?
Yep.
If you're proficient, yes.
Okay, cool. Am I proficient in wisdom? I don't know.
I got a 15.
But I guess I'm in this.
right.
Oh my god. 19 plus 4,
Nice.
23. Yes.
Okay. The only other detail you recognize, this is, you two are wise to the fact that if you did something that was noticeably, like a crime or defacing or graffiti or that sort of thing, anything, even a petty crime, there would likely be someone that would come looking for you because you had been seen at the shop the previous day.
And
You
we were the
following what
ones
I'm
responsible. That's what I was about to say earlier. Is let's not make it look like anybody tried to break in. We're gonna leave it beautiful in here. Nothing was wrong. We're gonna take these documents. But
Okay,
what are they
I'm
gonna
good with that.
do? What are they gonna do? Who are they gonna call the cops for what? If the cops are already snooping around, they might find us. But if we leave it perfect, what are they gonna cry wolf on? What, the documents proving that they're being illegal?
Yeah.
So
That's a
yeah,
good
let's just
point.
leave it beautiful, and we did a great job, and we can be back the next night, and the next night, and the next night. You know what I mean? We'll be the best
See?
dang
That's
guards you
the-
ever
yeah.
had, and we will have access to it every night, but we can also stake it out. They think we're gone, too. They don't know we're staking it out.
That's what I was alluding to.
Okay, so I wasn't right.
No, you're good. And you got a great
I like
role,
that
I thought I
point.
had
Only
hadn't
fair.
been paying attention well, and I was like, maybe I need to stop. You know, I mean, like I might have missed something.
No,
And I got
that's a good
distracted.
plan. I like this
But
plan.
yeah.
This will also give me an opportunity to rustle up a more specialized safe
And then, like-
cracking. Because in fact, I'd even
Exactly.
say let's not even take any documents tonight. If we're gonna stake this place out,
That's right. You're right. Don't even do that.
we won't even take any documents. We'll let it chill for a couple of days. I'll get a better I'll actually put together a decent safe cracking kit. I know where I can get a couple of things. Tinker, I know.
I've worked it out with
what
my
I need.
cousin. We can keep this gig as long as we need to. You know,
Perfect.
he's
is
cool
awesome.
with it. He's cool with it.
I think this is a great idea. We definitely need to case this place a little better. And because
Yeah.
if there's anything good, if there's anything really incriminating, it's gonna be in the safe.
We just got caught in the headlights. But
The
yeah.
only other thing that I think we need to do while we're here is let's check for another, like a secondary secret safe, right? Because
Yes.
sometimes if you're a business that has a bunch of money, you're gonna want to have your official company safe. But if you're doing sketchy stuff on the side, you're gonna want that in a separate location that nobody else knows about.
Right.
At least I would if I
Exactly.
was doing this.
Or a few separate locations.
Right. So
Locations
let's
is-
check this place even. Let's do another top to bottom. I'm gonna do a perception check if possible to see if I can't locate, or maybe a knowledge
do, like, a
underworld
group?
check to be
Okay.
like, where would I, if this was my operation, where would I hide a secondary safe?
So can I do a perception, or can I assist him with his?
You could certainly
Because my
assist or
perception's
do
better
your
than
own.
my investigation.
Whichever you prefer.
I'll-
Let me give you.
I'll do perception then.
I should give you your investigation rolls before I forget. So you find that there's like the equivalent of a file cabinet in Thaddeus's room that is pretty well organized, but there is a stack of papers that is sitting on the desk that seem to have been hurriedly covered over.
That's good stuff right there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's check that out.
Okay, upon further inspection, which of you would understand financials decently? I mean, among the two of you, which in character, which one of you would understand financials better?
My intelligence is +0. I don't know though. I don't think I'm stupid. Like I've probably seen stuff like my father runs his own business. You know, like
as a member of a merchant family.
Yeah,
I would probably have at least
a
certain level of like business and contract like education. Because like it's expected that like regardless of what I do, I would like be working towards the better, like towards the success of the family.
Yeah, I just run their security
on a ship or like like running a low level business. Like I am like the bastard of like someone who is probably in line to become the patriarch.
I keep forgetting I'm working with Durlam here at this point, and not the urchin. Okay.
And we'll switch that out at some point, and it'll be really funny.
Yeah, that'll be confusing for me. I kind of think Beatrice would also be pretty up on this because of her. She has some sort of deal going where she does exchange, like currency exchanges for people. She like makes.
I mean, now look, it's a scam.
Yeah, but still, I think that both of you are relatively equal.
But yeah, I wouldn't say I'm
financial understanding. So either of you are welcome to do the check, and you could also assist each other to try to. Basically, what we're going to do here is roll to see how long it takes you to understand the financial document that's in front of you. That seems shady.
I'm probably only good enough to like help you understand. Yeah. So I'll assist you if you want to do. Yeah.
Now, would this be investigation or insight?
I'll take whatever you want.
Because I think I could make a strong case for insight, and my insight is much better.
I think you could too. I also have an option. Let's see here. I've got another one that you could try. If you want to try for business, I have that under the intelligence skill.
But you also,
my intelligence isn't great. It's mine.
Your choice. Whatever you prefer.
I'll definitely go.
Oh, you know what?
That'll be an 18.
You could probably do one of those special skills we gave you if you wanted. If what was it? Cunning.
I got cunning is a +0, and diplomacy is a +5, and underworld is a +5.
Okay.
So I'll stick with insight if you're cool with that.
Sure.
That gives me a 18 total.
18. Okay. Beatrice probably gets a little bored and maybe starts searching around the store while you're studying this, because it takes you maybe about 30 minutes to read through what is about 5 pages of material here, and it's not written out. It's so much as it's definitely ledger. It's a ledger. You're looking through the ledger, and you recognize that the amounts don't add up, and I'm not going to bore us by coming up with an accounting reason for what is the inevitable crime going on here. You discover that Thaddeus has been laundering money through Velitha's Delights.
It's kind of what we expected, yeah.
Yes. This is no surprise. Thaddeus is up to no good, but
the perfect setup for it. It's a lot of money to be moving around with the purchasing of these things. Like, they got an industrial grade washer going on at this laundromat.
Beatrice notices that inside of Thaddeus's office, he has lots of furnishings in here, including artwork, and there are an oddly large number of the paintings are of himself with his family. They seem to be all over the place. And that's a detail that you would pick out in your investigation. As like,
is there anything... Can I do perception to see if there's anything that, like... Is there, like, an artist's signature on there anywhere? Like, who is he paying to do all of these things?
That's a great idea. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and just look. It would be a really easy check.
Oh, thank God, because I rolled a 2, so 6.
They were all painted by the same guy. They're all of the same style. There's a signature in the bottom right-hand corner. It's a famous elven painter that you've heard of in the town before. He's fine. He's not the greatest artist ever, but he makes pretty affordable artwork, and you can kind of put together. Thaddeus isn't extremely rich here. He's a middle class guy, solidly secure in his money, but he's not as rich as Velitha is.
Okay. I don't know. My mind is slipping on me about what actually laundering is. Is this more of do you think it's more of a fact, like a show, like a ridiculous a new money show of wealth to look cool and not be questioned about anything, or could he be actually paying? You know what I mean?
This would be Breaking Bad, where Walt was taking his drug money and putting it through the car wash to make it look like it was car wash.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. A business deal to make it look like something on this half-ass, artist that's not even, that great. Nobody else is hiring this person this much.
Well, the thing about a shop like this is let's say if they were acting as the bank for Xanathar, right? What they would do is, because it's a curio shop, you could do something okay, I'm going to sell you this object for this ridiculous amount of money. That's me making a withdrawal. Or
okay, yep.
I'm going to buy this random object for a lot of money, and that's me making a deposit. And so something like that. So it's if they were whether they're a front and they're just a way for them to pay out their owners through this, or what, or if they're acting as the Bank of Xanathar. Either way, just based off of the safe that they have, I'm leaning towards the latter. I think they're operating as a bank for the criminal underworld.
So we should look into this artist then.
No, I think that's just Thaddeus's. It's just his office. So no, I think that's just his ego. He clearly he works with a lot of money, but doesn't have a lot of it himself. So I'm sure he kind of
well, that's what I was
act
asking.
a certain way.
That's what I was trying to. Yeah, that's what I was asking. I couldn't tell.
If I had to guess, that's what I would say.
Because, why would anyone want to buy pictures of his family?
Right. I think he just bought them to, how, those people that think rich people have gold everything, so they buy gold everything? I think it's that. He's bougie.
That's my aunt and uncle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You seem to be coming up with fewer details the longer you look. Maybe we have all the information we can get for now. And maybe if you are of high insight, of high passive insight, you could probably determine whether or not your character thinks hey, we should probably go back and chat with Alistair about this, or something else.
I say, I don't know. I'd say we keep him in the loop. Be hey, I think this. He might be oh, well, if you think that, then I might have some information.
That's just a suggestion.
I'm trying to figure out where my passive insight is. I see my passive wisdom.
Left.
My passive insight's 14.
If you are on Roll20 sheet, it doesn't have passive insight, so it would be 10 plus your insight modifier, I think.
Ooh, I still need to make one of those.
Insight is it's just 10 plus my insight skill.
Oh, sorry, it's 10 plus your wisdom plus your proficiency.
Okay, 10 plus my wisdom plus my proficiency. Okay, yeah, so that's great. That's 15.
Mine's 14.
That was weird. I don't really know why I said that. I just wanted to give you a suggestion that maybe Alistair would be interested.
Well, I do have forgery skills. So would it be reasonable for me to like find some unused paper in here and like quickly jot down and like make a rough copy of this ledger, just like the important bits, just so that I can take it in and be like, hey, this isn't the official ledger, this is the notes that I got from it, but like we're pretty sure they're laundering money, or at least the one guy is. We don't know yet if they're both in on it, right? Dan?
Yeah.
Do we know?
You don't know.
I can't remember from last time.
Both or one or none.
They're not married, are they?
What's that, Liz?
Are they married? I don't know why I'm thinking last time I thought they were.
Nope, they just work together. And yes, your forgery kit
would
work for that. You could definitely take notes and make a copy. It would take probably an hour, but it might be a worthwhile hour.
We got time. Yeah, we got some time. They're not due back for a little while. So, yeah, I'm going to take some notes, and then, like, based on this, what I think is happening, either they're both in on it, in which case I think he's also stealing money on top of doing the laundering, or he's doing the laundering and she doesn't know about it, which I find very unlikely.
Yeah. I wouldn't have someone that close to me in business and them not at least know something's afoot, like.
Right. If you can't tell your business is a front for laundering money, then you're bad at business.
And maybe she is. Maybe he got into bed, with a stupid woman, just airhead who's like, I just saw happy things. Ah.
Yeah, I don't get that vibe though.
Yeah, I don't either. You're right.
She seems savvy. All right.
You're right. It's more likely they're both in on it. Let's go.
It's more likely they're both in on it, in which case this would indicate that he is also stealing. So we should keep that in mind.
Dan, remember, if House Erlingstar is going to come up, let your girl know.
Okay. Will do.
Yeah. That's very important. Because we're getting real close. I'm flirting with a lot of lines here. All right? So, like...
Yeah, okay, I
don't know if it's going to matter to, like, the benefactor. I don't know if it matters to your family, Czar. Like... But I do have some, like, level of... I don't know if I have to have it, like, loyalty, but, like, I kind of have to have it.
Yeah.
So... Don't bite the hand that feeds you, right? Like...
Dan, would I know if there's any... Like, if my house has any business with them outside of occasionally being a customer?
Well, I mean, I think you would know that. I don't think your family would probably deal with them much more than... Isn't your house into textiles?
Yeah, we're merchants first, but like we have expanded heavily into the textile market.
Maybe
so like what we do.
And the Erlingstars are based that their nobility, like they are nobility because of their sea trade. They run the logistics in and out of Waterdeep or something like that. Yeah.
Zach, do you think your family would be a supplier for textiles?
Absolutely, yes. I think we're a major supplier. I mean, the way that I wrote my character, our house definitely has at least a small fleet of merchant ships. I'm sure Waterdeep has a bunch of houses that all have at least some.
We should have coordinated this better. Yeah, that was like you could have just used early. I don't know. Yeah, maybe not. But like.
But yeah,
I need to write noble characters better. I keep forgetting how much like goes into that side of. It's not just me on my little quest alone,
Right.
Oh, that's fine.
So like, So yeah, so I would assume that we like probably have a pretty firm involvement in local textiles, and also like have been aggressively like expanding into import textiles, which is how I became a half elf. Was I think my father was on a trade mission to a distant land and met my mother, who then died in childbirth on the way back.
I remember that.
So, like, they're certainly going out and have been for, at least probably 2 decades, going out on like trade missions. So I would say they probably are heavily involved in the local textile operation, in and around Waterdeep, and also have been working hard at expanding their import, or possibly export, or both. But yeah, I would say since it's Waterdeep, the real money is probably importing, like distant fabrics or distant materials, or like fine silks that you can only get from these weird worms down in Cholt or whatever.
Okay, one of the crates that Beatrice saw out back had your family's name on it. I forget the family name.
Langolin.
Langolin, right. House Langolin Textiles or something like that.
Part of me wants to open it up and just out of curiosity, what are our customers buying? Like, oh, these are the good soaps. They wanted the top shelf. Nail it back down. Like, I won't, but I want to. I'm curious. Maybe I'll make some subtle inquiries. Oh no, I can't. I can't go home because Durlim is on a sea mission out at sea right now.
He's heading to Calensham.
Right, heading to Calensham.
Go get more silk.
Yeah, so I need to be scarce from around the house. So I can't ask that question yet. But I will eventually at some point, if it's still relevant. But yeah, okay. Curious. All right, so the real question is, I'm going to tidy everything up so it looks like we were never here. Do we rig the deadbolt again? Or can I teach B how to do it, and then like as she's a guard, one day she can lock up, and like the next time we decide we want to go in and take a better look, can I teach her how to do it so that I don't have to like come in and be seen again?
Yeah, I think you could. Yeah, that's
okay. I'll show you how to use my little like deadbolt Jimmy thing in there. It's just like a little spacer I put in there, so like you can't see it, but you can't. The latch.
I don't have to roll intelligence, do I?
No.
Okay,
I hope
good.
not.
Nope, it's simple. It's like you were saying, you put a little shim inside of the latch, and it increases the friction so the latch doesn't slide. No. It looks like it's locked, but it's not actually. You can just push it from the outside. It takes 5 minutes.
People do it at my job all of the time.
And when you step outside, you notice that it's considerably darker. The lanterns have been lit while you were in there. Night has fallen completely, and the rain is still coming down pretty harshly. No denizens around you. It seems like Waterdeep is sleeping. And so you could make it out of there without being noticed very easily.
Let's do it. Let's take what we got.
Yeah, that's
I think we
perfect.
learned a lot today. Oh, wait. Did you want to look for some more hidey holes?
Oh, yes, sorry, I did. I wanted to look for like a secondary secret safe where they might hide their illegal papers.
Oh, yeah.
Here, I'll give you some aid. I'll look around too.
Okay, so this
you'll give me advantage?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, thank you for that advantage. That was very, very helpful. My underworld is a +7, so that's a 16.
Ooh.
It takes some time. You're trying to think of good places to look. Like, if there was a bookshelf, you're looking for like a book that might open a wall. No success there. You're looking for like false cobblestones or bricks in the wall. You can't find any there. Mm-hmm. And then you think, I'm going to check the rug behind the counter. And you find that there is, in fact, a hidden trapdoor underneath the rug. And when you open it up, it doesn't go to a room or anything, but it opens... it reveals to you a safe that is also locked and is also very tough to open. Same as the first one.
Okay.
This is
good to know.
This is where Velitha was standing when she was insulting you when you came in.
See, this just makes even more sense. This is why I think they're both in on it. I definitely think he's stealing from her, but I think this is why I think they're both in on it. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's not touch anything.
Nope.
You keep an eye out.
I locked the door securely this time going out tonight.
Right.
Locked it, tied up.
If you have to, we can lock the door from the inside and like go out a window or something.
Mm-hmm. No, I think as we leave, we'll just lock it up for real this time now. Like, okay, like we should have.
Okay. Yeah. You keep an eye on it. Let me know if any, you'll be able to keep an eye on it while you're pretending to be a guard there. I'll get a better safe cracking kit, and we'll take a run at those 2 safes.
All right, so we're gonna do like for the next day.
Next couple of days. It's probably gonna take me a couple of days to get my kit together. Also, it'd just be good to have a couple more days between me showing up there and them getting robbed, as well as, just it'll give you a couple more days to see the comings and goings. Maybe you'll catch them putting documents in the floor safe, and you'll be able to determine, maybe only one of them or both of them are in on this. Also, keep your eye on the bookkeeper, because I'm pretty sure he's stealing from her.
On top of what they're doing with the laundering and stuff, he's like embezzling as well. All right, cool.
That's what I think is happening.
Okay. All right, let's fast forward through the night. You guys, I already said it would be easy for you to get home. You can do whatever you want. Find a place to store your notes. Perhaps the next day, if you wanted to. Benefactor's probably around somewhere. If you wanted to talk with him, not necessary, of course. And you might have some contacts that could help you find a better Thieves' Tools kit, I think. Like an advanced version.
Maybe we see what I see for the next couple of days, so we have something to take back to the Benefactor.
Yeah, I'd say let's talk to him after
going on, so it can't be like we going back and be like, something's going on. Yeah. That's why I sent you there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, let's talk to him after we pop the safes.
Right. So you go by those. DM, I'm going to spend the next few days just playing. My dutiful guard, sitting out. Escorting the bookkeeper to and from the carriages and stuff. I'm gonna imagine I'm not in the carriage like an armored car, but how there's sometimes like somebody
yeah.
Watching their back as they walk. Some of it is pomp and circumstance, right?
Go ahead and add.
I'm sure he likes it a whole lot.
10 gold per day that you do this to your.
Praise God.
Yeah, I guess it would probably be pretty beneficial if you're going to make a deposit at the bank to have somebody that's the person behind me that I have hired is legally allowed to kill you with her big ass swords. So
exactly.
Yeah.
I have my family's little crest on proudly. I've polished it all up.
For Geo /Durlam, The kit you're looking for is found on the black market. It is not legal to sell. So you might have to go down into the sewers, or you might have to find some seedy location in the dock ward.
I know a guy. I don't like using him if I don't have to, because I know he's ripping me off at least a little bit. But I know a guy who is like my fence of last resort. He'll definitely be able to facilitate this transaction. I'm probably going to pay a little more for it than I otherwise would. But what are you going to do?
Nothing.
Okay, we'll say he is found in the dock ward. You could set up a meeting with him. You want to do so?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a pawn shop broker.
Oh, can I pause for a second? I got somebody at the door.
Sure.
Let's just take 5. Come back to whatever.
I think it is.
Let's do it. I'll send you the video. It's very funny.
I'm trying to remember what it was that I was saying. I think I was trying to arrange that get together with your contact. Like his name's Alex or something,
Yes.
and like he meets you in a spot in the dock ward. He's like, what can I get for you, Gio? I feel like I'm talking like what's his face? Hey, Wanawanga, the Toydarian. Mind tricks I don't know work on me. Hey,
not Greedo.
Gio, what can I do for you?
Something like that, though.
Well, the character that I created was Guido.
You're racist.
Is this? Can we use Guido for this?
You can absolutely use Guido for this. You have my permission to use Guido whenever you want.
No, I'm looking at Beatrice a Guido. She is. She's a Guido.
I mean, she definitely is.
Hey, Gio, what can I do for ya?
Hey, bud. So I need an upgrade. I need to acquire some tools. Okay. And I can't have a lot of questions about what these tools are for. But I'm doing some work that needs precision drilling through sheets of metal. And I need to be able to hear really tiny things happening behind those sheets of metal. If you catch my drift.
Yes, I do. He directs you over to an area of the store, and he pulls out a box and he opens it up, and you find a slightly modified ear trumpet that looks like you could place it up against the steel door, and then your ear, and you could probably hear a little bit more clearly what's going on. He says, "You're welcome to test it to see if it works."
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Can I do a, I guess, investigation check to just like, I'm gonna need that. I'm probably gonna need some sort of like, heavy duty drill if I in case I need to like, really get in there to pop this bad boy. Maybe like some like little really tiny, like another set of tiny files if I need to like work off like the picks on like the inside of a lock, like just some like some like my get a upgraded thieves kit. Like let's do this.
He has the little jeweler's files. He takes out a small set. It comes with the case. All of this comes with like a carrying case for each item.
Okay.
So it's because they're all like separate deals. It gives you the jeweler's files in there. You've got a triangle one, you've got a round one, you've got a flat one, you've got a square one. They're all just perfectly sized. You can fit it inside of a tumbler lock. Which, by the way, at this time period that we're sort of simulating for a fantasy era, tumbler locks would be the top of the line lock. And they basically be...
Right.
You'd have to be a very rich noble to have a tumbler lock. Most locks didn't work that way.
Right.
And he hands you those, and then he ponders for a moment, and he goes into the back room, and you hear him fumbling, and a couple things falling, and about 5 minutes later, he comes out with a dusty box. She sits down, gives it a little blow on it, and this dust flies everywhere. It covers your face. You sneeze a little bit, and he opens it up, and it's a hand crank drill. It's one of the ones where it does have a grip, and then if you were to turn it like this, it'll rotate. And there's a set of kind of rusty drill bits in there, which are pretty basic, but they're the best you could get. He says,
maybe I'll in the future I'll have to look into some sort of like, dwarven forged drill bits or something. Something exotic that's gonna go through anything. But this will work for now. What do I owe you, my man?
He starts tallying it up. That would cost 105 gold for all of it.
Ouch! That's like all my money.
Yeah, but you're trying to go get more money.
Okay, I'm gonna.
You can try to talk them down.
Okay.
But they're very rare.
Yeah. I knew this guy was gonna rip me off. I knew this guy was gonna rip me off.
It's not a rip off. They're that hard to get. He's like, hey, it's the best I can do.
I would like to make a persuasion check. It's like, hey, man, listen, I'm a good customer, and I tell you what. Obviously, I need these for a professional reason. And if there's any situation where, due to that professional use, I might have something you might be interested in. I would say like this is an investment. I'm gonna bring you more. I'm gonna be bringing you more merchandise as I use these tools. Try to give me, see what can you do discount wise. Like this is gonna result in more money for you down the road. So that's my persuasion.
He says,
I got a dirty 20.
I'll do you a favor. For now, you can have it. You can pay later. But I want you to pay. Don't make me come looking for you.
No, you're not going to come looking for me. I'm stepping up in the world. Don't worry. Big jobs. Obviously, need the tools. You're not going to have to come looking for me. I'll probably have some stuff to bring in and trade here at some point.
You have a deal.
In the very near future.
Don't forget now.
All right.
Make sure you pay 105 gold.
105 gold. All right. Definitely gonna try to remember to pay that guy.
Write it down. You owe Guido 105 gold. The Star Wars Toydarian in Faerun. We might as well just make him one. He's some sort of weird flying creature. That speaks common. With an Italian
He's another
accent.
fairy.
Yeah.
Half orc, half fairy.
He's probably involved in the Waterdeep mob somehow. You're just not sure.
Oh yeah, he's definitely connected. That's why he gets away with ripping us off. Yeah, we know. Perfect. Excellent. Thank you. I will be in touch. We're still doing some of the legwork on this job, but yeah, I'll see you soon.
Hey, don't mention it. Come back later.
Gotcha. I'm gonna zip out of there. I'm like, all right. Now I might actually have to take a little bit of money. I wasn't planning on taking money, but we'll see. We'll see how bad it is. Maybe I won't feel bad about relieving them of their ill-gotten gains. We'll see.
Click, 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 click. You hear a faint clicking from somewhere in your bag as you step out onto the street.
Definitely want to investigate that. That's concerning.
You open your bag and you find the Nimblewright detector is clicking and whizzing very slowly.
Oh. Can I Okay, I'm gonna bust it out. I want to try to do like hot and cold this stuff.
Okay. Beatrice is I want to have Beatrice nearby for this part, so we'll say that she waited for you outdoors or something.
Okay.
Does that sound good, Liz?
I thought I was guard. I thought I was playing.
Oh, you were guard.
Bodyguard.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Shoot. Well, that kind of was an accident.
Well, I can come back, or I can like do a preliminary.
Okay.
Look around and then be like, all right, I think they're in this area. I'll go get B.
Do a preliminary look. I'm collecting eggs right now, but I can be right back in front of my computer in like less than a minute.
Yeah, no problem, Liz.
So preliminary look.
Totally forgot she was being a guard. Otherwise I wouldn't have said this. Okay, well, let's just run with it for now, I guess. Yeah, you look at the Nibblewright detector. Remember, it doesn't indicate direction, but it indicates proximity. So yeah, it's the you're getting hotter, you're getting colder game, and if you walk east along the street, you notice that it starts getting stronger, but any other direction that you tried, it was getting weaker, and at one point it stopped whizzing.
Okay.
And then at some point you stop, and you're considering what to do, and you hear the whizzing get slower on its own. Your intuition kicks in, and you realize it's moving away from you, yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna hustle. I want to hustle after it, so I can at least until I figure out that it stopped.
Mm-hmm.
So that I can at least have a good starting place.
Let's do. Okay, I'm gonna bring in some more of these special checks here. There's one that I would call that's called Streetwise that I found that I think is great. It would be a wisdom-based one. Let's see if you can do that.
Okay.
So, if you think you'd be proficient, I think you would, Streetwise. Because you're an urchin. Well, Geo's an urchin.
Dur spends a lot of time, on the street. That's...
Okay.
19.
Sweet. Instead of making a couple wrong turns and losing ground, you actually gain some ground. And you start getting closer to it.
Okay.
You pause for a moment to see if it's still moving. And it is. And you realize it's heading north.
I mean, I guess I gotta go north. I want to kind of I don't want to chase this thing down yet. But I want to get an area where it might be hanging out in.
Well, it's heading the same direction that Beatrice would be. So you could kind of kill two birds with one stone by following it a bit and kind of catching up to Beatrice.
Yeah, good call. Good call.
The street is relatively busy. It's hard to tell if this individual you're looking for is here on the street in front of you. But you do get to a point where you are in the midst of a dense crowd, and the clicking and whizzing is going off very fast. You get some odd looks from people as they pass you by, who's this guy with the weird stick in his hand that's making noise? Is that some sort of an instrument? A child comes up to you and asks you a question, kind of interrupting your train of thought. And you see a brown-robed figure up ahead of you that could be a potential Nibblewright. And as you're looking at it, you're having trouble being able to tell, because it's faced away from you, if it's a person or not. You want to go up and find out?
No, I just want to... I want to, kind of, stay with them and see if... just kind of follow them a little bit and see if the Nibblewright detector stays constant, then, regardless of where it goes, then I know that it's the Nibblewright. So I'm going to use the detector so that I don't actually have to confront it.
Okay, sounds good. Well, it continues going north and passes into the North Ward. This is a familiar area to you. It's the same ward that Troll Skull Manor, where the Haunted Flagon or Is it Flagon? It's not Flagon. It's what is it called again? What's your place called again?
Haunted Tankard.
Tankard, that's the one. My lack of bar experience is not helping here.
You're fine.
You're in like the same zip code as your place, basically, and it.
Interesting.
Now, while you've been walking this way, there have been a few other hooded and or cloaked figures that have gathered around, that have joined on from adjacent streets. But you're still following this brown-robed one, cloaked one, and it turns off east down an alleyway. And the sound gets distant if you stay put, and you are able to identify that that brown-robed figure is a Nimblewright.
Okay.
So you're kind of left with an option here. You can continue going north and then slightly west to get to Beatrice, or you could turn east, figure out where it's going.
Yeah,
you're so close. Such a hard decision.
It is. I would say I would knowing that B is like actually working, and it's going to be hard for her to like break away right now. I will follow it, and then just so I can try to like figure out where it's like if it stops somewhere. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm looking for. As soon as I figure out where it's like stopping, I'm going to back off and come get her.
B'd be very proud of this decision.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've moved you to the map, and I'm going to draw sort of what's going on here. So, and let's pick, red is the easiest to see. You've been coming up the high road, following that red line from down in the dock ward. And the Nimblewright turned right onto Sulmore Street, and is about a block away if you don't pursue.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pursue. I want to. Can I do a stealth check to sneakily pursue? At this point, can I like shut up the detector? Like, I don't want to damage it, but can I like turn it off or something?
Yeah, let's say there's a little switch on it that deactivates it.
Yeah, so I'll turn it off, and then can I do a stealth check to like follow this guy, and I'll like try to remain incognito?
You can do it at advantage for all the busyness around you.
Oh, that's fantastic, because I rolled great. Stealth is plus. Let's slide a hand. Stealth is +5. That'll be a 23.
Okay. It has no idea that you're following it. It has no idea you're following it. It keeps going. It turns north again. You see, it's not far from Troll Skull Alley, and then it turns into this area, and it goes into a building labeled N24. In the North Ward, N24 is Storm Weather Villa.
That's right down the street from us. Okay.
So
perfect.
What I'll do is I'll remove these lines and just put a little circle there as a reminder of what you found.
Okay, and I forgot. I have to be very careful coming and going from Troll Skull Alley because it is right down the street from like my family's like estate. Like their house. So like I have to be very like circumspect when I come and go. Make sure I'm not spotted. Like, hey, aren't you on a boat? Shut up.
We'll give you like the studio apartment off the back. You know, like your front door is actually like the alley door.
Right. Or just like I go out the window. Like
your entrance and exit is actually on the roof, and then you rappel down.
You do have the disguise kit that you use. So
I do have the disguise kit, yeah.
We have the
You
very
should be
first fire
okay.
escape and all of Waterdeep.
That's likely. That's very likely.
The rogue would definitely have a secret rope ladder out of the second story. That tracks.
Okay.
Gio would actually put that in before we got in the fight. We just didn't know about it.
There we go. All right. So you see it go into that building, and you know it's in there. And so, what do you do?
I'm gonna peel off and or like I'll hang out and I'll scope out the area until I know B's about to get off from work. I basically want to make sure that this is like his hangout and not a stop. You know what I mean? Like he's just popping in to drop a package off or pick something up or something. Like I want to follow him to wherever else he goes. But if this turns out to be like no, he's bunkering down for the night. This is his hideout or a place that he frequents. I'll come back with B.
Okay. Excellent. Well, let's see. Well, time passes, and the busyness waxes and wanes. You pass lunchtime, no sign of exit by anyone from this villa. And after roughly noon, you do see a couple human beings leave, and you check your nimble right detector, and it still clicks and pops and whizzes, so you know he's still in there.
Okay, good.
Late afternoon arrives. You know it won't be long until Velitha's closes. It'll be probably, 3 hours or so when it closes.
Mm-hmm.
So, day is passing pretty quickly. Does that change what you want to do?
Whoo!
Yeah, I'm gonna go get B at this point. I'm gonna go get B.
Okay.
If I have to, like, I'll hang out well away from the store where she knows I'm going to meet her, because I don't want to be seen at the store.
Sure. Okay. All right. The weather today is very nice compared to the last time. So things are dry, no cover of rain, no cloud cover, very sunny. As the late afternoon continues, the sun starts to work its way down, and the long shadows of the buildings around you start cloaking. I'm trying to remember the name of this street. Delzorin Street is the one that Velitha's Delights is on. That street starts getting cloaked in shadows, meaning that there are likely places where you could stealth if you wish. The shadows get longer as we get closer to closing time, which is 5 o'clock. If you don't do anything, 5 o'clock arrives and you see Thaddeus leave first, and then Velitha right behind her. And then afterwards, Beatrice leaves whenever she...
Oh, did I see anything that day?
Well,
any hot juicy gosh?
There were several nobles that came in and made purchases. Thaddeus left the building much like the last time, on intervals going out the back pretty regularly. This has happened the last several days, actually, that you've been there. It seems like it's a normal routine. He might be trying to play it off as almost like a smoke break, but in reality, it's definitely something much different than that.
How would I know? Is like he going up for like 2-hour smoke breaks, or like who disappears on a smoke break? Like everybody just steps in the back alley. You know what I mean? Like there's no need to like leave the property for a smoke break. Like
Yeah. Well.
Also, would a list... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, you have a... you're relatively free to move about the building as you wish. Though Velith desires that you stay inside, just in case some like hooligans show up to cause problems.
Now I'll talk her into like, okay, but like every like 30 minutes I need to go do at least run around the building. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times people start problems to make a smoke screen so their homies can get in the back. Like I'll be here mostly, you know, my presence will be known. They'll know, you know.
She warms up to the idea. She says, "Okay, you're the expert.
Okay.
Go ahead."
Okay. I understand. I know this is, you know, you're not in the security business, but yeah.
So
I gotta at least, you know, run the perimeter every now and then. So yeah, I need to make an excuse to get away from the inside.
Yeah. You don't necessarily Thaddeus doesn't know that you've caught him in the act, but about maybe like another 3 times or so, you see him out back, and there is some figure that is cloaked. That it gives him something, and he gives that person something. And then the last time you saw this happen, you noticed that there were tattoos of the Xanathar eye. Excuse me. The Xanathar eyes on his forehead.
Okay, hold on. Let me take notes of this person, because I have a few more questions after this.
You see it again. Definitely a bald figure with eyes tattooed on his forehead.
Keeps smoking with one of the snakes or the other people.
These are the Xanathar goons.
Yeah, this is the Thieves Guild.
Yep, the Thieves Guild, the Mafia, kind of the same thing.
Okay.
This is a higher stakes Thieves Guild than like the one in Riften in Skyrim. Like that one, if you mess up, they're not going to come kill you. Xanathar will kill you if you mess up.
Yeah.
Would a list of the noble families who came in offer us any insight, any clues? Could that be a lead, or were you just adding that for flavor?
Restate the question.
A list of, if I made it like a list of the nobles who came in.
Oh. They are local nobles that live in the villas nearby. They're relatively frequent customers, coming in to get belongings for themselves, maybe gifts for somebody. Maybe somebody is trying to bribe somebody else, or maybe pay a dowry or something like that. Like they come here and they get the nice things.
I'll take a list of those people for the what's his face, as like I don't know, potential leads. Yeah.
Great idea.
And then I want to also like during the day take a list of the different vendors I see on the boxes. So was what you're describing kind of the same way that places work now? So at the barista place you worked, and probably Napa too, they bring the parts and all the stuff you need in milk crates and boxes that are reusable, and you're supposed to give back the last shipment boxes.
Yep.
I guess either way it shows what places they're coming in, so I want to take a list of all of those places.
Excellent. It's mostly the same thing over and over at a relatively common interval. It seems like things are orderly in how they get sent here. You could definitely take down the information and make sense of it and extrapolate.
But yeah, a list of vendors and a list of customers that are pretty regular. How many days do I work there? Or do we know that yet?
Well, how does a week sound?
Okay, cool.
I think that's reasonable.
700 or seven gold pieces, not 700. Sorry, 7 gold pieces.
No, it'd be 70. You get 70 actually.
Okay, dope. That's even better. So 10 gold pieces a day.
Yes. Just got a text
I can do math.
I just got a message from my Australian friend who I never hear from. There we go. Okay. Where was I going with this?
So I take, that list of all the customer centers and everything, and I see him going out for smoke breaks.
Yes, there we go. Yeah, apart from Thaddeus's going to the back and then coming back in, it's hard to tell what might be going on. Though you do see that when he comes inside, he hides whatever he's carrying and he goes straight to his office.
Where does he hide it?
Well, how do I want to play
Even
this?
if it's just like, okay, he goes into the same room and then shuts the door. I don't know where that room is, but like, is he going to the same spot all the time?
He goes back to his room the same way every time.
Okay, so he's hiding it somewhere in his office then.
You could maybe risk finding out, but he might notice you.
No. Okay, then one night this week, Gio, we go back in. The week I'm working. Let's go play that, yeah.
Yeah, we can go, the way that we have it set up,
the last day of the week, on the last day of the week. I was like, all right, he's been doing this all week.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, we can definitely keep an eye on Homeboy. We can poke in there before we even decide to. Yeah, I mean, I guess I got my kit now, so we can look around. We don't even have to take anything. We can just do a cursory look around.
Oh my god, yeah, we probably shouldn't. Yeah.
And then decide what we're gonna take, if we're gonna take anything, or if we're just gonna I don't know how much proof our benefactor is looking for. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how much proof he's gonna want.
I mean, we can only get what we can only get, right? Like, if it's not there, it's not there. If we can't find it, we can't find it. But
I mean, he's clearly up to some shady stuff. I guess, Dan, from my understanding of our arrangement with the benefactor, if we show up and say, hey, we looked at his books and this is what's happening, is that going to be good enough, or is he going to want us to have the source documents?
Well, he would like as much as you can get as to what the crime is. So I guess just details on what he's doing. You don't have to have all the documents. He just wants to know what is the crime, so we can, so I can assemble a proper.
Okay, so we're looking for justification to take action.
Yeah. He's looking for evidence to support his suspicion that something is awry, so that he can then probably gonna take him to court or something of that sort.
I think we got let's go see what we find tonight. If we find something good, we should have enough.
Yeah, I think if we show up and say, hey, here's the notes that we took, here's everything we wrote down, we didn't take anything, but you can find the actual documents in this safe under this rug. It sounds like that would be plenty good information for him.
You have a little bit.
Are you eating ice cream?
Day, you could probably go see him. What is that?
Yes, I'm eating a sorbet.
Oh,
it's these Island Way sorbets you can get at Costco. It's sorbet in a frozen fruit rind. So this is nice. An orange rind that has been packed full of delicious raspberry sorbet.
That's a great idea.
I love it.
The coconut ones are the best, and I'm saving them. It's this absolutely delicious, creamy coconut sorbet in a coconut shell, and they're fantastic.
Are you saving
and now
the
you're
coconut
inspiring
shells
me to go
so
buy
you
ice
can...
cream I don't need.
Are you saving the shells so that you can do this? You just become a knight. You clap them together.
Yes.
Monty Python style.
Sir Robin so bravely ran away. He ran away. He ran away. Sir Robin so bravely ran away.
I did no such thing.
On the trail, they got so hungry they had to eat Robin's minstrels at one point. Yes.
Brave Sir Robin ran away, bravely ran away. Love that scene. Okay. Are you gonna go see the benefactor? You got some time. You probably could see him tonight.
Well, let's break in.
Are we doing this like in the middle of the week or the end of the week?
Let's do it ASAP.
Okay.
Also, B, I think I might know where the Nimble Right is. I tracked him back. They're actually pretty close to our house.
I don't know if that's good or bad. We'll find out, I guess.
I mean, it makes sense.
It'll make it easier to get around. That's for sure.
He also attacked shops that were near our place.
Very near us,
Makes sense that they were near his place, too.
Alright, let's go dig around this place, and then we'll dig around that place.
Good plan.
Okay, well, your normal rigging of the deadbolt works. You're able to push the door open with ease and head inside. Inside you find things as they should be, orderly. Inside of Thaddeus's office, you see still more of the same. His papers are orderly, except for he's got some that were covered up the other day, but this time they're in like a basket. He's at least moved them around a little bit. After inspecting that, you find out it's more of the same. There's definitely some more money laundering going on. He doesn't seem to be all that concerned that anyone's going to notice, so he doesn't hide the documents.
Right.
Perfect.
And B, you were saying that, like, after he went and made a deal with the Xanathar guys, he came directly back to his office?
Every time.
So that tells me there's a safe in here somewhere, or a file cabinet or something where he's stashing what I'm assuming is gold.
Yeah. Yeah, what about that safe that you got the lockpick for? Is that in his office? That's in his office, right? Or is that out in the...
There was one hidden safe under the front, under where the front counter is.
Yeah.
And then there was like the bank vault, which was that in his office?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's probably the bank vault.
Right in the bank vault.
The vault is the bigger one.
Let's
She must be stashing stuff away in that safe under the thing.
Let's do that one first. Let's do the secret safe first.
Alright, cool. We'll run to the front and see what she's been stashing all week.
Yeah.
Alright.
Because she never comes from behind this desk.
Time to use the new tools.
Man, I'm rolling like fire. That's a 24. I got a 19.
Nice. You going for
Get
destructive
it, boy.
or non-destructive entry to the safe?
Non-destructive, for sure.
Okay. Takes a little longer. And by a little, it probably... You spend a good 15 minutes, like, not being able to open it, and then finally, click! And you're like, oh, finally! And you open the door, and inside you find neatly packaged bundles of gold bars. It's not gold coins.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. B. Did you see anybody access this safe?
God, did I see anybody access that safe?
No. No, probably not.
I probably should have stayed in the store a little more.
Probably, but it's fine.
It might be that she just does it when you're not around.
Yeah. She's been very busy. I do have a list of the people who were coming in and going. So, like, we can see who the most common person is, you know? Like, somebody's giving her this stuff.
Can I make a perception check to, like, is there dust on the top of these bars? Does it smell a little stale? Has this been here a while, or is this regularly accessed? I'll check the hinges on the door. Do they look like they get frequent wear, or has this been closed for a few months, or what?
Pretty much daily used.
Pretty much daily used without even a roll. Okay.
I didn't need a roll.
I
think
good,
it's obvious.
Okay, appreciate it. Okay, so good news is this is regular use. This tells me that they're both, if this is where she stands every day, that tells me they're both involved. He's meeting with the Xanathar Guild. She's got a secret vault packed full of gold bars.
Right.
That tells me they're both involved. All right, let's go check the main. And there's no paperwork or anything in here, Dan?
Nope. The bars are wrapped in brown parcel paper, and they have markings on them.
Oh, what markings are on them?
Yes.
Most of them have her own store's emblem on there, like Velitha's Delights. But you find down at the bottom of the stack that there are some that look a little different, and when you look closely, you can see one has the stamp of an eye on it.
Okay.
Ooh, Xanathar stamp, yes.
Yeah. Is there any of this brown parcel paper in the store?
Yes, there is some in the counter directly next to it.
Okay, I would like to take one of the Xanathar bars, remove the eye-stamped paper, rewrap it in her paper, and then do the same with one of the other bars, so I can be this is actual paper that we took off of bars that were in her safe, and I'll have that as evidence for the benefactor,
okay.
Without making it look like somebody was been in there. You know what I mean? Because if they're just why are there 2 unwrapped gold bars? When she goes to the book, that would be, suspicious if they're all wrapped.
Yeah.
So I'll do that, and let's go check on the bank vault.
Oh goodness, yeah.
Checking the bank vault.
Right behind
you. I'll need another check for that one. That one's gonna be harder. It's a tougher safe.
It's all you, boo.
I say, can I get assistance? Beatrice, can you assist me?
I mean, what do you need? I'm not good with locks now.
She'll run the ear trumpet for you.
There we go.
Now you can hold tools and stuff, though, right?
I can. You're right.
That's very good. And this is a Thieves' Tools proficiency check, right? Not a sleight of hand?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Then that will be a 22.
All right. This one's a different process. The first one was pin and tumbler. This one is it's a rotary combination, or it should be permutation lock. So you have 3 dials that have to be turned in the right order. It takes you a little bit to find where the click sounds different for each dial, and then you have to figure out which order. So it takes you take about 20 minutes, and you manage with these tools to get the permutation right, and the latch opens, the door settles on its hinges, and you get a bit of a musky smell coming out of there.
Okay.
You open the door, you find it lined with bars. This safe, it's wide, it's tall. There could be 100,000 gold coins worth of bullion in here.
Is it very organized?
Extremely. It's all stacked in a very organized manner. Again, you find towards the back, out of sight, at the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
if you're looking through the gold, which is hard because it's heavy and you would have to move it, you find some that are stamped with the eye, but most of them have Velitha's stamp on it.
And this is in the bookkeeper's office, right?
That's right. Yep.
Okay. B, tell me what you think about this.
I'm all ears.
What if we take some of the gold, but then we leave some of it like in his desk? Like, obviously we'll take a little bit with us, but like to try to like implicate him as a thief, right? So distrust between the two criminals.
Yes.
And then maybe she'll like confide in you as the guard, like, hey, I think he's sketchy. I think he's stealing from me, or some, you know what I mean? Or like she'll give you a little more detailed information. And like, again, like I say, we plant some where it would be a decent hiding place in his office. But like, and maybe you could even be like, well, I mean, he was messing around that one cabinet.
I would say, would I know somewhere where like, if we could plan it that she would see it?
Yeah.
Or that B
sure.
could lead her to. Like, he was acting really suspicious about like this one section of the store. Like, I can see this one cabinet from his desk, and like hide a couple gold bars there.
You could do that.
Okay, so we'll hide a couple gold bars there. We'll take them from the back, so it won't be immediately obvious.
Okay.
And we'll also take a couple for ourselves. What is the gold value of these gold bars?
Okay, I'm gonna go with gold bars are what, like 25 pounds and for like a big bar, right? I would guess something like that. You know, gold's heavy.
Well, I mean, it depends. Like, you can buy 1 ounce bars.
Yeah.
But
I'm thinking like big ones, like ingots, like this big.
So you mean like Fort Knox size?
That'd be like 25 pounds, right? Wouldn't you say?
How many pounds or how many ounces are in a pound?
16.
30, how many?
Isn't it?
16?
16, yeah.
Then I would say I think 25 ounce bars are the highest I've ever seen. 20 divided by 16. So that'd be about 1.5 pounds of gold.
Oh, okay.
In a 25 ounce bar.
I mean, like,
that I've personally seen. I think the bigger bars exist, but like, hang on. I'm just gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google it real quick.
We're metagaming life.
That's okay. It doesn't have to be realistic either, but I kind of do want to know.
How much do gold bars weigh? You were right. Gold bars. The most common weight for investment or trading is 400 troy ounces, which is way different than I thought. At about 27.5 pounds.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
It would be very, very likely that you could hide 2 of those in Thaddeus's desk, and you could probably take 2 yourself, and that this then, each one of these bars comes out to 500 gold coins. There'd be 1,000.
I don't know if I want to take any for ourselves just now.
Well, here's the thing. If we do, she's going to catch him with a couple gold bars. She'll blame it on him. She'll be like, oh.
That's right. We should. You're right. I see what you're saying now. That actually just happened to me at work. So, yeah.
What?
So, Dan didn't hear this story, but I told you the story about the guy that brought me $16.75 worth of quarters.
Yes.
And I was telling Eric, I was like, dude, he stole $16. And he said, you think he stole $16. That's what he gave you.
Right.
In quarters. So this is kind of the same. Yeah, she's going to blame him for the same thing.
Right.
So that makes sense. Yeah, Dan, it's a long whole story, but that happened to me. Someone brought me $16 because, like, they, this whole, it's a crazy thing, but I turned them in. I honeypotted them.
That they found when the coin machine randomly broke.
Yeah.
Wow. Convenient.
Right.
I might have honeypotted him a little bit. I'm still a woman. I can be manipulative. I just choose to not be. Like, I can't do it all the time. No, this guy's a special character. But anyways, just like these two people. So yeah. We'll take a couple for ourselves. This will pay off the bar. We could get everything kickstarted with this one. With 2 bars, we could get it super kickstarted.
We can kickstart the bar with 1 bar. Like, we only owe her another 300. She only needs another 300 gold to get the bar up and running. That's an extra. This will be an extra 200 gold on top of that. So, like, at 200 gold that's a lot of money, right? They say, like, I don't know, if you were gonna hire a carpenter to upgrade the building, you would pay him 2 silver a day. Like, right. So, like,
which we should do.
Right, like 2 gold, will cover some serious renovations. Like, we can get better furniture, like, and that's just off of 1 bar. Now, I do owe a little bit of money to my sketchy friend for the tools necessary.
It's an investment. That's an investment, though.
Right. Yeah. And, like, who knows? Maybe we could come back later and sow more seeds of disruption. Either way, I think this is a good start. I think it's good that we're going to implement this guy, implicate this guy in the crime. This is good. This is smart. This is wise. This is an adventure. Dur is in. Let's do this. We're going to trick the bad guys and line our own pockets at the same time.
We're going to eat the rich. Let's go. Oh, sorry. That's right. I forgot, man. My bad. I mean, like, you're rich. Chill, so, like, I guess I am rich now.
We are both the rich.
We are the rich. We're going to eat the wealthy. Rich,
but you're the help. So...
Right. I mean, we're complicit in the rich. Like, we definitely... have you ever, seen, like, Downton Abbey? Like, those people live well, okay? Like...
Right, you are Carlton. Or Carlson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carson, thank you.
Exactly. I'm excited to roleplay the next day. I think it's going to be fun.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's have the next day just start right away. Gio, you're elsewhere. Where would you like to be?
I'm keeping an eye on the Nimble Right.
Okay, he's still at that place. He seems to routinely come and go. So
we've already done the heist.
This is where he's hanging out for whatever reason, and that can be explored again later after this is handled, right? Beatrice, you show up for your morning shift, and Velitha looks a little disturbed. Beatrice, do you see anyone messing with this safe? There seems to be an issue.
What? Oh, of course not. I did leave around, about probably 10 last night. What time is it? What time are we walking in the morning? What time are we opening up?
Oh, like 8 in the morning or so.
Okay, so like between 10 at night,
Yep.
I mean, I can ask around, like, I know people in the neighborhood, yeah.
Well,
see if anybody saw anything.
There seems to be, the denominations are wrong. Forget I asked. I was just checking to make sure I didn't forget something in here. I'm sure it's nothing.
You know what? Today I'm gonna keep an extra eye out. Okay.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
We're gonna figure out what's going on.
Thaddeus, come here, please. Yes, Velitha. Well, you know what may have occurred here, and she beckons him to come and stoop and look down at that small safe that's under the carpet. and you hear a whispered conversation, and it starts to get more heated. And eventually he stands up and he raises his voice. I would do no such thing. And she says, really? But this is not the first time I have found an issue. What are you implying? I'm not sure that you're keeping proper records, Thaddeus. I think it's about time I look into new help around here. Wouldn't you say, Beatrice? She's just kind of looking for you to, like, take her side, even though you have no stake in this argument.
You're the professional, ma'am. I just know I keep an eye on the outside of the building, and I kind of look at Thaddeus.
And he looks
just
at you
with one of my eyes, not both of them, but one. I look at Thaddeus. I'm here for the outside, you know.
He looks at you and he gives a harumph, you know, like an Ebenezer Scrooge kind of response. And she says,
is he being very slick, or is he not being very slick? Like, I don't want to put words in your mouth. Yeah.
I don't know if I understand what you mean.
Have you ever caught someone, like, people that do stuff, sometimes their reaction to a perceived allegation is the only thing you need to be like, okay, this is the allegation, right? So, like, if he was like, well, what are you showing me? So you think I took it? And it's like, well, like, I never, like, you're getting real up in arms about, like, something I didn't bring up. Is that what's going on? Or did she actually, like, call his ass out and be like, hey, either, like, you're stealing from me or you're doing something wrong. Either way, I don't, like, this can't
That's
be
what's
happening.
happening.
So, like,
that's what's happening.
Okay.
He's getting
the
defensive.
latter, okay.
Yep. He's getting defensive about something she didn't really bring up, and she's like, oh, really? Well, maybe I ought to take a look at those records then.
Like, should I be worried about that? You know, like, I didn't think about that. That is, thank you for bringing it up. Oh, you know.
Yeah. She starts walking back to the room, to his office, to start looking at the ledgers. His paperwork strewn across his desk. It's very messy because he hasn't cleaned up for the day. You know, he just got started. She's looking through.
Hey, look, Thaddeus. Look. Let's just let her do her thing. Let's go take a smoke break. And I offer him a cigarette because I carry around a few a few with me. Let's go. Look, it's a smoke break, Thaddeus. You need to smoke. I don't know what's going on, but I do know the look on your face. I don't know what's going on. I'm here covering for my cousin. Look, I'm not trying to be a bad word or nothing. I'm trying to be chill. Let's just go smoke a cigarette.
I don't want that.
I'm sorry. You don't go on smoke. Oh, my bad. I thought you were going on. I saw you going on a smoke break. I'm gonna try and play like.
Sure. Yes, I'll take one.
Okay, I guess I don't have to really play because I'm backing him into a corner. He's not worried about my performance on any of this. He's the one backpedaling. I see you go on those smoke breaks, Thaddeus. You can't get one over on me. That's probably why she thinks you're stealing. Just tell her you smoke. That explains everything. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of looked like you were stealing to me too, but.
What are you talking about? You stay out of this.
Your smoke breaks. Okay. Never mind. I know what. Now I need a smoke break without you. So I'm gonna go on a smoke break, and you can sit here and get bitched at. Sorry.
Velitha hears the kerfuffle. She comes out and she says, "Is that what you do when you go outside? Are you taking a break, or what are you doing when you go back there?"
And I'm going to hear that. What are you doing? Because I'm on a smoke break, but my ear is up on the door. Absolutely. Like, yes.
What kind of a guard goes on a smoke break while their boss is confronting a thief?
Hey, it's in-house, okay? I have the door cracked out, but I have control of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
We'll let it slide this once.
Worst security ever.
She doesn't know what's going on. She's pissed, and she's kind of dumb, too. She's a dumb, wealthy woman, so...
You hear sort of mumbled shouting, arguing, accusations. And then all of a sudden it gets hushed.
Nope, I go in immediately. That was too quick.
How quiet are you when you go in?
Let's do stealth. Yeah, I want to sneak.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know what I am going to see. Like, for all I know, he could have killed her, you know?
Yep. Let's do a stealth check then.
Oh, thank God, an 18. So 18 plus 18 plus 5 is
Nice.
Head math. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What's your passive perception?
What is my passive? And like, what? Oh, okay. I have my hand on my scimitar. My passive perception is a 14.
Okay. You overhear a hushed conversation, and it's not a whisper. It's louder than a whisper, but you hear Velitha saying to Thaddeus, "You have to be careful. They cannot know. She cannot know. You're blowing the whole operation." And then they stop talking, and they start collecting themselves.
And I'm going to leave at that point. Now that they're collecting themselves, I'm going to leave before they start leaving themselves. I'm going to dip before they dip out of the room. No. I'm just gonna go back to the front because I don't want them to think that I left the front abandoned. You know, so like I stayed out there when they handled what they needed to. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here for business. I'm not here to get entangled in it. I don't know both sides. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna stay up front. I'm gonna make sure the customers know someone's here. No one's stealing anything. You know, she'll be right back. I think that color looks great on you. I'm going to be at the front like a receptionist, you know, like.
They, when.
Do you need me to help you get that down? You know.
Thaddeus walks out of the corner of the room where they were talking, and he looks at you all, like, kind of surprised, like he didn't notice that you had come back in. And he goes into his office, and Velitha doesn't show any response when she walks back up, though she's clearly frustrated.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
He's adult.
I kind of feel like this is my fault. You know, it's always the hardest to catch the ones on the inside, you know? You can prepare for the outside, but like, yeah. I even missed it, so don't beat yourself up, darling, okay? It's gonna be okay.
Did she actually fire him, or are you just like...
Well, not yet.
Oh, okay.
They've sort of calmed down from the interaction, but you could still sway her to get rid of him. You have that contingency plan that you set up.
Right. I mean, like, I'm not saying that I saw anything. I'm not surprised though. But even I missed it. So don't beat yourself up. You just got to do better going forward.
Did you see something?
You already have. I mean, I thought the smoke breaks, when I thought they were smoke breaks, were a bit excessive, you know. So, like, going on in the future, like, most places don't let you go. I was a bartender over at that one place, and I mentioned, like, the hotel bar that everyone loves on the Seaboard. And, like, you ain't get a handful a night, but, like, two handfuls, you know? Now that, hindsight's 20/20, now that we look back and see, you know, like, yeah.
Office gold.
You have a good point. Well,
I do these things for a living, though, hon. So, like, you know, I just wish I worked here longer. I was only here a week, you know. So I don't really get to, like, get the vibe of the place.
You've done a wonderful job. If you see anything, if there's any hard evidence that he did something, I need to know.
Thaddeus's name is not emboldened in beautiful letters on the top of this building. Yours is, darling. So you'll be the first to know.
She really likes the sweet talking. It's like it's stroking her ego. And she calms down a little bit. She like gives you a smile. She's like, "That's what I needed to hear," and then goes back to her work.
I'm probably using way too much charisma than I should. I have a -1. I should not be in this. I'd be like, I don't know. I'm not smoking. How the fuck am I smoking?
Well, I don't always.
I mean, like
asking.
We've also set this up.
Like, we have. I've practiced this, right? Like, it's not on the fly. On the fly, I couldn't have done any of this. But yeah, we spent all week getting, and like, I have a good perm, so I'm already on her good side, right? Like, I'm cute. She's already set up to believe me. I got a good family name too, so that helps. The branding is already there.
Yeah, on the charisma thing, I don't always love asking for a charisma check. I feel like it takes some fun out of it. No, it's. I think it's good to be lax on the charisma. So that's not.
But in the moment, yeah, and he really is stealing from her, so it's easy to make something out of something.
Yeah. Well, so you probably could ascertain that he didn't know that there was going to be a problem with what was in the small safe, and she thinks it was just a blunder on Thaddeus's part. You also realize from that little hushed conversation that she's definitely part of the money laundering too.
Absolutely, yeah. But no, as far as I know right now in this conversation, she is an absolute victim.
Right. Yes, yeah. Yep. She's hoping that you just think that he made a mistake with the books and that she's on the hook for whatever's missing.
So yeah, it's gonna be okay. Hey, at least you're not getting robbed from the outside, so.
Throughout the day,
I got you there.
She asks you for more like ego stroking answers. She's looking to like feel better, pumped up, after all that. Like, she's frustrated with the guy. She wants to fire him. He comes out and he does his smoke breaks again, and she kind of just gives him the evil eye. And one time when she steps out, or when he steps out, she goes back to his office and starts rifling around in the papers. He's gone for a few minutes. So
thank God we didn't take anything, man. That's all. I'm not saying that. That's going through my head. We made the right choice. I mean, we took those two things, obviously, but like paperwork-wise, we haven't touched good. We can't ever again.
Yeah, no. I mean, not unless we're trying to like.
Unless we're like ready to actually like pull the trigger on a fight or something like that. Yeah.
Or like, make it look like he's gonna make a run for it with a bunch of gold in the ledgers. Like he's gonna straight turn on her or something. We need to set this guy up to take the fall. Is what we need to do.
Yep.
She comes back out of the room, none the wiser that you've hidden gold bars in the cabinet. She hasn't found them.
Damn.
She just starts complaining about how like he's a slack job. He's you're a slacker, McFly, just like your father, sort of thing. The Mike Strickland routine, and she's complaining about him, and you hear loud, aggravated puffs and harumphs from the office when as Thaddeus overhears what she's saying after he comes back, and the day kind of passes with a passive aggressive.
No. On one of his smoke breaks, can I try to stealthily? Okay, so like, how late is the store open? I want to see like, is there a time when like he's still at the office? I'm trying to use the shadows, but this is all during the day, isn't it?
Well, there's no windows in the building. It's all lit by these candle chandeliers and the lamps and stuff.
No, I'm trying to follow him on one of the smoke breaks and see what he's talking about with the snake
that's
guys.
Right. You're going outside.
I thought was he meeting with the snake guys? I thought he was meeting with the Xanathar.
Zach is right. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
the eyeball. Bad. He's meeting with the beholder people. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I got it mixed up. Okay.
That's okay. I've introduced a lot of people so far. Maybe too many.
Shut up, Zach. But yeah, I want to see if I can like overhear like what he's talking about.
I like your shirt, Zach. That's a great shirt. ADHD.
Thank you. Roll for concentration.
I saw that shirt and I really wanted to buy it.
Anytime Liz rolls for concentration, she rolls a d12.
Shut up!
Oh.
It's a real disorder.
I know. I also have it.
Don't make fun of my disabilities.
I'm really starting to think I might have it too.
Well, here's the thing. Take some amphetamines, and if it helps, you probably have it.
I don't have.
Don't actually do that. Don't do that. That's how they diagnosed you in the 90s. They're like, give the kid Ritalin, which is basically speed, and if it calms him down, then he probably has ADHD.
If he shoots up the school, he does it.
Whoa.
And that's how we got the early 2000s.
Oh boy. Okay. I'm trying to think of what would happen next. Basically, there's like this passive-aggressive, irritated tone between the two of them, and they basically don't talk.
Oh,
to
I
each
bet
other
it's
at all
super
through the rest of the
toxic
day.
today, and I love it.
Very, very, very much so. Yep. Do you want to do anything about
It's like a
it?
reality show, marinating in it.
Yeah. Exactly like that. Let's okay.
My day is so much better than Geo's. Geoders.
Let's do a quick 5. That way I can inspire myself of what I want to do next. Because
Yeah.
I'm coming up short for the moment, and I think a 5-minute break will help me.